So how do you feel about Inside Xbox? Do you feel like that show goes on a little too long? Or maybe you feel like they don't really announce anything that's relevant to you, so you don't watch it. Or perhaps it's just something that, they do a lot of cringeworthy moments and it's not easy to watch. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that today on my how-to segment where, I give my in-depth conversation of what I feel like could really benefit this show called Inside Xbox. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So one of the big things that I feel like would improve the overall quality of Inside Xbox is letting games with gold be announced on Inside Xbox instead of Major Nelson announcing it on his website and on Twitter. For those of you that don't know, Major Nelson still announces this feature, these aspects on his website and on Twitter. I feel like I understand why they do that, because Major Nelson is a big social aspect behind the Xbox brand, hell, behind Microsoft in general. But I feel like that particular announcement needs to be plucked from him and strictly only known through games with gold is on Inside Xbox. You need to connect those two together. Same thing with Game Pass, and they do it on Game Pass. But I feel like a lot of Inside Xbox was designed for Game Pass. But, that needs to be continued to be announced on Game Pass. What's going on Game Pass next month? Well, we'll have to wait for Inside Xbox. You need to connect those with Games with Gold, Game Pass, all of that to Inside Xbox. When you think of those, you need to think, oh, shit, it's the 14th right now. Next week, we're going to be knowing what's on Game Pass and Games with Gold next week. So I think that would be really beneficial for them to do. Another thing I'd like for them to do is when it comes to the software updates. So, Microsoft's really famous for their software updates. They do it frequently for the good, for the bad. I have my own opinion on how they update the system. I feel like it should be completely asked of you to opt into a different outlook of the actual system. But that I digress. I can't really argue with that. But that needs to be saved strictly for Inside Xbox as well. And they do a lot of that on YouTube. They update YouTube. Mike Yarborough will announce it on Twitter. I feel like that needs to be done exclusively on Inside Xbox. Another thing I feel like they need to really, really focus on is the length of the actual show of Inside Xbox. I feel like they need to make it to a point to where it can't be too long because people are going to lose interest and they're going to leave it. And you can't make it too short because you won't have enough time and enough of the keynote to really show what you want to show. So a good middle ground, I feel like a good hour is good. I feel like an hour is to that point to where you shouldn't go over an hour, shouldn't go over 60 minutes. Maybe an hour and a half if around E3, the E3 show, that could be an hour and a half. You're going over the stuff that was just shown the day before. You have a lot of content you need to show. I can understand that being an hour and a half. A lot of people are going to watch an hour and a half show because of the hype of E3 in general. Maybe Gamescom one. If they do a lot of announcements at Gamescom, make that one an hour and a half. But for the most part, I don't think it should be more than an hour for a standard Inside Xbox. I think that's the biggest issue I've seen with this platform since it launched. They did get better on the last Inside Xbox, so I had to give them kudos to that. They are hearing the feedback. They are improving. Something I'm seeing they're doing right now, they're actually doing it really well. They're focusing really good on interviews. You saw it from the Sea of Thieves. You saw it with the Earthfall, I believe it's called. You saw it with the We Happy Few. I want them to continue that. I want them to focus really hard on that because that's what a lot of gamers want to see. You need to be announcing all of the features for Xbox on this show. You need to be announcing all of the third-party deals on this show. You need to be doing a lot more when it comes to interview and game content focused in general. Like, that's what this is about. People want to see announcements. People want to see stuff they haven't seen. And I feel like that's one thing that they are doing right. These interviews, they do show you gameplay that hasn't been seen by the general eye. They do show you gameplay that has features that hasn't been seen by the general public. And they do need to work more on this. So that's what I feel like when it comes to the interview standpoint and in general. Now, when it comes to the third parties in general, when they announce, how like you're on Twitter and they see that they announce third party deals or bundles or maybe DLC that's exclusive to Xbox, all that needs to be moved off of Twitter and onto Inside Xbox. You need to be seeing, oh, they got that as a third party. You need to be able to promote stuff like that. And I'm not a marketing guy. I don't construct these inside Xbox. I don't even know if this stuff's possible. Maybe it's some kind of deals that doesn't let them. Maybe the publisher of the people that they're having that partnership with have rights to where it goes and where it's announced. So I won't go into that too much because I don't really know a whole lot to that. Now, another thing that I do enjoy that they do is they keep the community really involved, and I feel like they need to really keep that going. They'll be doing giveaways. They'll be showing what the community's posting on their hashtag. I've seen a couple times Inside Xbox has trended on Twitter because of this. This is a good engagement. Microsoft has always been good on engagement with the Xbox community, and they need to continue that. So I do think that is a good kudo things they do. They need to focus on that. Maybe even do a little bit more of it. I don't know. I feel like they have a good standpoint. You don't want to spend too much on the community because they will take away from the core aspect of what Inside Xbox is about. My final thing that I feel like they need to do to make Inside Xbox what I feel like it could be is no more first IGNs. No more any kind of outlet, any kind of news outlet getting the first scoop on any of their first party games. All of this needs to exclusively be announced on Inside Xbox. When State of Decay 2 came out, it would have been more beneficial if that was on Inside Xbox. When Crackdown 3 has all their stuff announced, that needs to be on Inside Xbox. When multiplayer needs to be shown on Crackdown, that needs to be on Insider Xbox. We need more of these announcements on Inside Xbox. And I think that's something that they're hopefully going to do. Halo, that needs to be announced on Inside Xbox. Forza, and they did do that. They showed the seasons. That needs to be announced on Inside Xbox. Microsoft, if there's anything, if any of you watch this video, if there's anything you take from this video, stick to your guns. You might not have the best exclusives in the business right now, but you got some fantastic multiplayer. Even though that they're Gears, Forza, and Halo, those are some of the most iconic brands in the entire gaming industry. And people are going to be talking all kinds of shit on Inside Xbox, but wait till they drop that exclusive content of Halo 6 on Inside Xbox. So that's the things that I feel like they can do, and it's a lot of little things that could really benefit the Inside Xbox whole platform as a whole. I think it would be more entertaining. I do think they have a lot of comedy relief in it. That's good. Like I said, they need to make it a little bit shorter because most of them, there was one that was like 2.5 hours long. Who decided that? Less cringeworthy moments like the box thing of escaping the box. I don't know who came up with that. They need to focus more on interviews, and they do that. And I'm not going to even take that from them. They do that very well, but they need to keep focus on that and keep that community involved. Announce exclusive stuff like third-party deals, any kind of exclusive content to come into the Xbox. Keep that on just Inside Xbox. And most importantly, move that Games with Gold announcement and make sure you continue to announce the Game Pass on Inside Xbox. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think it's even salvageable? Do you guys think that this platform could be good if they put a little bit more time into it? Do you think they should continue it? Put that all in the comment section below. This is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.